What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to About Even for another week. Great to see you all. Thank you to our good friends at Ned's who bring you the show this week and every week. We are down to the last few shows. We're in the home stretch. It's been a great year at gambling, depending on if you're looking at it specifically from like how well you've gone or just whether you've had fun. Because if it's just about how well you've gone, that's obviously, it's been an awful year. But Ed's still away. Sebo here. I'm not going to get too close to him, obviously. Roo, Rando, how are we all doing?
I think I'm doing slightly better than you two after the weekend.
I've actually bounced back.
This is my final day. Usually Wednesday is my final day of dealing with it, and then I'm good.
I just think when you're kids, when you can have time to feel sorry for yourself and you have nothing to get you up rather than just like binge fucking the OC or something, like it just drags it out. But when you're like, okay, I have to get back, I have to do this, I have to do that, and just keep
Well, why
moving.
the fuck is it dragging out? I've got 3 of the bastards.
Maybe 3 is too many. And also you had a night of hell, as you explained on the podcast.
I just think I find generally Wednesday's like the day, my final day of like whatever's the lingering effects of the weekend slowly. Like it's the last bit. Like Monday, worst day. Yep. Sunday actually probably the worst day, but that was more experiential. Monday, worst day for like what you're dealing with. Tuesday, still feeling sorry for myself. Still probably not going to eat great today. I'll be at the Newmarket for lunch eating something semi-healthy, you know?
Yeah.
You're on your way back. Tomorrow, look out. Might even exercise. Probably not. But Seb has hand, foot, and mouth. So
I don't have hand, foot, and mouth. My kid might have hand, foot, and mouth. He's got a little, not a blister, a little sore on him. I warned everyone. I said, send me home if everyone's uncomfortable, and I'm here.
No, he's here, and we appreciate his presence, and this is probably as close as... I don't think it can jump to humans like that. It's more like if we get, some of it on
If you go through my stool or something.
Well, I'm not going to be rifling through your stool. Yeah, if I handle your stool, there's a chance that I will get hand, foot, and mouth. Anyway. Should we get to accountability?
Yeah.
On that note, Rabbitohs defeat the Dragons. Defeat is an understatement. They fucking smoked him.
What did they do?
We've got to change this because it's not points conceded. It's points won by.
Yeah, it's points. Yeah,
but it's a humping.
They humped him.
It's a humping.
Not
40
conceded,
plus points.
It's won by. It's margin.
Yeah,
they humped him. They officially humped him.
That's an official humping there. No one gets a bet except for Edward Simpson of still fucking sunning that cock. It's more frustrating, I think. I don't know about you guys when Eddie hits bets when he's not here. Like when he's on holidays. If you're like just not here, it doesn't. But like when you're on holidays and you're just still hitting them.
I think it's frustrating because I don't know what's changed slightly, but he's the type of guy who, if he went on holidays last year, the year before, just wouldn't give a shit. He'll just go, but he's actually committed, and then he's like, okay, is he actually going to do it, bang him, and he just is. And he's just got that little...
Yeah.
Thing about him this year. It's
he
annoying
does.
as fuck.
So you got South, Tallis, Duncan, and under 48.5, and then for 6.49, you look at it and you go, that's a great bet.
They're almost not Eddie bets. Like based on the Eddie I've known over the last 2 years, this year he's just...
Would it surprise you, and it wouldn't, and obviously there's probably no way of proving it, but if he outsourced to some company and was like, hey, can you provide me with bets?
I'm not ruling it out. Because the bets look completely different to what he was doing last.
Yeah, but I remember, like, I had a good start last year, and I was just doing my 2-legger things, and he's like, oh yeah, that $5 to $8, that 2-legger thing, and he was still doing the like thoroughbred sort of shit, rhetoric, all that sort of stuff. There hasn't been too much thoroughbred anymore. It's just kind of like get in that, $4 to $8 bet, simple, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
He's been living by it.
Well, let's go. Lippy was one away there as well, but everyone else was... you were a key on away, but that's a long way away. The next game's Raiders defeating the Panthers 20-16. I had a triple that was good to go until the final few minutes. Doesn't matter, but that does hurt. Sebo and Eddie both get up. Eddie has under 40.5 and either team by 10.5 or less. A great bet. Sebo, your bet.
Yeah, McLean, he's just been banging, and Raiders plus 3.5. So I was, kind of stoked if any field goal happened. But for the Raiders to win, as I said last week, it was more of an emotional bet, a heart bet. Let me ride with them. Let me attach myself to the bandwagon. Let me be a cuck for the Raiders. And now it's sealed. It's sealed in stone. I'm just riding them all the way home.
Riding them. The Lippy also got up with McLean, Raiders 1 to 12 at 10.35. Roo, yours is somewhat of a bad beat, though.
I think
my
it's
friend.
a Hall of Fame bad beat.
Yeah.
It was a coat of paint from being a 30-1 bet.
Yep.
I'd pay
make it
that.
worse.
Panthers to winning Golden Point.
They fucking scored off it. Unbelievable.
That's
Insane. It was
Whilst
a bad night
it's
for me.
not a win, it will join the halls of the Interstellar bet, maybe the block and name bet. It didn't win, but like
no, because those ones won.
I know, but they're not immortal. But they're just the halls of bets people will always remember from the show.
But see, the reason I think that I remember those is because they got up.
But you'll remember that for being the worst beat we've seen.
Worst beat we've seen.
Maybe you're
Is
right.
that a declaration?
I think
it's
it
up
has to
there.
be, right?
I think it's
Yeah.
fucking right up there.
I can't imagine much worse. But
Stoked
at least
that I-
yours are memorable and they got up.
Yes.
I mean, I get your point, though. I do hear.
Stoked that I surrounded myself with 100 Roo Crew members and fed them all with
It's like the
piss when that
halls
happened
of-
to
We
watch.
do we post that video?
I sent it to you. I don't know. I don't have my collaboration tool at the moment.
Oh,
I've
what?
sort
It's
of
been taken
got
off you?
Yep.
Damn.
But the-
That matter.
The halls of the bets, like you're Interstellar, you know at the end of Titanic where they walk through and everyone's standing on the thing?
and
Like,
on the stairs.
yeah, that's where all the Interstellars and stuff live.
Yeah,
like,
and they're all on the top
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
fucking stairs. Storm defeat the Bulldogs 20-14. Eddie again.
yeah.
Storm minus 4.5, under 40.5, codes $5.31.
So simple.
So simple.
I tripled this and I was feeling good and then I was feeling terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, Dogs, got a shout out to you. Though Melbourne missing some players, but it hurt. It hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not my worst bad beat of the night, but I thought this one was pretty tough too. Critter on the last play scores a try that 10 years ago would have been a try every day of the week.
Part of me
taken
thinks
off
that
him.
should still be a try.
I think it should be too.
There's no way.
I don't think it should be.
If I pushed the ball forward and
Yeah.
then went to just ground it like that,
But
everyone
you're
would be blown up.
like you're regathering it is like you're regathering it in the air.
Yeah.
Do you know like it's
He's not pushing
Yeah, but
it
it's like a knock on if you
Yeah, I
use
know
the
that, but
ground
he's-
to...
No,
has
but so
no
what I mean
control.
is like so if he and obviously I'm using a football here. If you're listening, this is not going to make any
Jamie
sense.
Soward areas.
But the ball's coming down, and does he? And just to refresh my memory, does he regain it at the exact point the ball touches the ground, or does he sort of regain it and push it down?
I thought he just plants it on the ground.
Yeah, he
at
sort of-
simultaneously as
Right,
the ball
so
hits
as
it.
it
The
hits
rule
the
is
ground
he's got to re-grip it.
Yeah, he's got
So
like.
you wouldn't consider this re-gripping then if it comes down and I just start pushing it from here down.
Off a kick.
If
they
you hadn't
do,
knocked
but
it on
not
off a kick,
that.
that's a try
Yeah,
every day
that's
of the
what
week.
annoys me.
It's just if you've knocked it on, you have to regain it and not use the ground to...
Yeah. Listen,
I would have been uncomfortable if that was a try.
you would have been uncomfortable.
I would have been very uncomfortable.
Rando would have been uncomfortable.
and insecure.
Yes. Okay.
If it's got feathers and it quacks, it's quite often a duck, I find.
Listen, that
was a try.
I wouldn't have felt uncomfortable was it given a try.
Because if you didn't have that rule, you have Marky Mark doing bloody globetrotter shit over people, just holding it, tapping it up, jumping over them, and then...
well, no, but I understand
Literally,
you can't
that's
tap it over someone.
I
But
know,
I'm just saying it's like if you
Yeah.
get your hand on the ball as it's falling, to re-grip it is quite a difficult thing. Just like
Yeah,
catch
exactly,
it in the air,
yeah.
but to like put your hand over it and then guide it down gently, supplely.
Yep.
Anyway, whatever. It was a bad beat, sort of.
Not as bad as the other.
Not as bad. Eddie 3 from 3 at this point. Seagulls in the most manly Seagulls performance pumped the fucking Dolphins 58-30, still letting in 30 points. No one hits a bet here. No one hits a bet. Eddie a hammer away. So were you, Sebo. And
I tripled
Avarillo
him,
away.
so.
You were a hammer away for a triple.
Yeah, and Turbo ended my draft season too, which was fucked.
Ended
Oh,
it.
you're done.
You done?
Yeah, dropped 180 on my melon. It's a tough afternoon.
So you're officially done.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
was-
ring for you this year.
No ring. It's over. So Saturday morning, I'm pretty hungover. I get in the car, I go to Macca's, I get a feed, and just I'm a bit scared. I'm not thinking properly. She goes to hand me the bag of food, and I grab it by the top of the bag, and it just tears open, and all my food falls in the driveway. And I'm like, fuck, my day can't get worse.
So what happens
And
there?
then Turbo Captain puts 360.
But what happens there at that point?
What do you reckon happens at
Do
that
they go, hey, we fucked that up, we'll give you more?
They did, yeah. They
Oh, that's
remade
good
the whole
of them.
thing, which I thought was really good.
I think that is good of them. I mean, it's also like costs them nothing, surely, to just go, you know, we'll just do that again.
I think they've made enough off me.
Yeah.
I think they will continue to make enough off me. They'll be okay.
Yeah. I'll be giving you this back. Don't worry about that. Warriors Titans. Unders, Eddie, like it was basically all red. Eddie had an unders there, but he didn't have a Sammy or a Lecker. Brimo didn't hit for me. Sebo didn't get unders, 48.5. Vayamolga didn't score. Was, no, listen, it's just nothing. Eels defeat the Roosters. We were all very surprised by this. And no one hits a single thing except for the Lippy has para plus 8.5. He doesn't have a Marky Mark double. So it's red as far as the eye can see. Now, this game, Broncos defeat the Knights 46-12. The Staggs bet. Sebo Staggs weekend. 3 boys on the table here. All going riding a Staggs. Sebo going for his 5th Staggs, which would obviously get him a crossbow. I'm going for my 2nd in a row, to bring me my 4th. Rue going for his first ever Staggs. It was Walsh, it was Staggs. We were all shitting ourselves when Walsh passed the ball to Hetherington, because I believe Staggs had already scored at that point.
Staggs scored in the first 2 minutes, and Walsh passed the ball over, and I found myself going very Paul Crawley on the lounge. Not happy about the situation.
Oh, mate, it's just bloody ridiculous, mate. Now, Eddie... We were worried that Eddie was going to try to get on the Staggs when he saw it was happening. He didn't, but he sort of did. He had Walsh and Staggs. He added a Payne Haas, and at this point, I was really starting to shit myself because all he needed was a Billy Walters for an $88.98 immortal Staggs Wrangle.
Yeah.
And Billy went down the short side at one point and laid on a try. If he holds it, I reckon he scores for all money.
That would have ruined everything. It would have ruined everything. Would have ruined the season.
Put him on Immortal. It would have been its own badge, like an Immortal badge with a stag head under crest.
It's an Immortal Staggs, and then it's an Immortal Staggs. He's on the Immortal board. He's on the Staggs board, and it blows all of our Staggs out of the water.
And I think an Immortal Stag's an automatic crossy.
Yeah,
like
he'll probably also be the champion as well.
Oh, you think an Immortal Staggs gets you a crossbow?
Yeah, I don't know. Let the punters decide, but I reckon.
Interesting.
An Immortal Staggs.
Get you a crossbow?
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it just get you a special plaque?
No, it doesn't get you a crossbow.
You got to do. You got
to hunt for the crossbow.
You got to hunt for it, right? Yeah. But it's a rare Staggs, right? It's the rarest of all of them. But maybe you just get a different plaque. Anyway, that doesn't hit. But what does, as I said, Walsh into Staggs. Rue, your first one. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I'm just stoked to have something that Eddie doesn't at the moment.
Yep.
It's the one thing I've got over.
Yeah, you are on the Staggs board. Myself, 2 in a row. Don't know if that's ever been done, and I'll take that. But really what we are here to celebrate is a 5-time Staggs hunter with the first ever crossbow presentation.
Thank you. Look, I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch the game, but I've been on 4 expeditions and been successful, so I can just... I knew you guys were out there hunting as well, getting them out there. Now I'm going to get this mounted here. Does this fire?
I would assume it does, but I haven't tried it out. You'd probably have to put it in there, do you?
What do we do? So you slide it in here.
Yeah.
And then just let go.
I guess so.
Shoot at the curtain.
Well, let's just maybe shoot it over there.
I hit Roo. I'll try hit Staggs.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, maybe I don't have to jam it so far in.
Yeah, you might.
Okay, I see how you do it. Hold on.
Hold on. We're going to get this.
Reload. Okay, so you just got to get it lightly there, I think.
You getting it, Tobler? Hold on, Sebo.
I think this is it.
All right.
Right in between the eyes.
Yes.
Right between the eyes. These are pretty accurate. Far out, these are good. Now, these won't be the final look. At least, I think a teak or a varnish or about even...
Some sort of epoxy resin.
Epoxy resin. And this will be mounted there.
Yeah.
Look, this feels great. If you picked up on it, obviously Stag, it was in the punters and dribblers, all that sort of stuff. We were hunting together away from Eddie, just had a bit of a vibe about it. Now, the thing is, I don't know if I'm really going to bet in the Stags again for a while.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of done for me, and you don't want to force something to be the new thing. It will come up naturally at some point, a side quest. But, whenever this show finishes, I plan to be wearing some sort of shoulder armor, a helmet, a fucking katana up there, a crossbow. Yeah. This is the first of many. But, man, it feels good.
Yeah, it does.
It feels good.
Mate, it looks great.
Fucking
Looks
king
great.
of the side quest here.
Yep.
King of the side.
I'm one behind you. Now, there is a new Staggs rule as well.
Yes.
That we came up with because we obviously want to preserve the sanctity of the Staggs. Something that Sebo and I have worked so hard to build, and Eddie and
been
Rue,
years.
we're worried that it's been years, exactly. Eddie and Rue are going to come in and ruin it. The rule is that you can't bet on a Staggs the week after a failed Staggs bet. So if you've successfully bet on a Staggs, you can then reload and go again. But if you've gone out on a hunt and been unsuccessful, you've got to take at least a week off. It saves losers like Eddie and Rue just betting on
And it sullies it.
week.
It sullies it if you just go, we're just going to bet on Staggs every week. This is every second week, basically.
Well, it means that you can't bet on them back-to-back weeks unless you are on what they're calling a generational hot streak and you want to try and become the first person to have a hat trick on a Staggs hunt. That's obviously a very different situation.
But also another little rule, if you bet on a Staggs hat trick, your badge, much like a few of the coins on poker machines, will split into two. So you'll get two badges if you get a Staggs hat trick.
Shouldn't you get three?
No, just because otherwise then the double will be two. Like I think you don't want to give anyone three Staggs just for betting a Staggs hat.
Well, then, I more wonder whether if you get a Staggs hattie, whether it should be like a badge that is just comprised of three balls, like three. You know what I mean?
Balls.
Like as in, so let's say three badges.
Yeah.
Are all sort of like, but they're a bit smaller.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They're sort of like stuck together.
Yeah, okay. I see
Rather
what
than
you mean.
splitting to two, it's like you need to represent. This is
Yeah.
that he got a hat trick there.
Okay, so it just still counts as one to the crossbow.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
But it's just more meaningful, right? I got to
Yep.
get a Staggs hattie. Anyway, just working out some of the specifics of the game as we are presenting it to you. Final game of the round: Cowboys 34 defeat the Tigers 28. Sebo salutes, Rue salutes. How do you go on there, Sebo? What was that? A 7:44.
Yeah, look, didn't watch it. I purposely threw my phone at the other side of the couch, and as the games are going off, I'm like, okay, someone's hitting on about even probably some messages. There might be some other messages to do with the Bucks or whatever. And then when I finally checked the messages Monday or something, I was like, that's pretty good. Watched the highlights. Went out to go pick up my car. Tommy didn't. Been a good friend of mine this season, and I think I'm done with him as well.
Yep.
I'd like to go out in a high because he's been,
definitely.
Yeah, so good little bang.
How'd you feel about that try?
That try?
Yeah.
Totally fine, totally normal.
Nothing wrong with it?
Nothing wrong with it. Tommy didn't scores of errors. That's what he does.
Very controversial.
Okay, right.
Oh, please.
You got on a tail on there?
I did. Yeah, he's doing good things, Talon, throat goat. Mate, next year he's going to be a proper player with another pre-season under his belt.
Yep, agreed. He is an animal. Now, unit scoopers, I was 3 from 5. Ironically, in a Manly game where they score 58 points, Sub doesn't score a single one. We love that, but Primo also doesn't. Eddie's 5 from 8 on his Ozaki attempt. Sebo 5 from 6. The Roosters.
Like probably what you'd think would be the most lock out of all those lines is the one that gets you 45-29. I felt pretty good of it heading into Saturday, and then the Roosters Eels just killed me.
And then Rue 1 from 3, Lippy 3 from 8. The hot seat, Rue, you had Hammer. He doesn't score. You have now relinquished the hot seat.
Perfect timing.
It goes to Eddie.
Edward, yeah.
He either pays attention to the show and he knows or he doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not our responsibility. So we will see how he goes there.
Yeah, and none of you dogs message him too.
No, well, mate, I'd half expect you to put in the group fucking hot seat this week, Eddie. Weekly leaderboard. Again, this makes me sick, but Eddie plus 7.6 units. The kid will not stop. He's putting together quite the season. Lippy -1. Sebo -1.19. Rue -4.7. Myself -8.73. I avoid the shovel. That's all we can. We got to be grateful for something. The overall leaderboard, Eddie miles in front, 25 in the green, 25.15 in the green. Sebo -17.3 in the red. Rue -47.23. The Lippy -59.37, and me into the 80s -81.87.
I know there's a long way to go, but barring Eddie having a complete bedsheet, which just doesn't look like it's going to happen, I don't know if that score is going to be knocked off.
Well, like I was a
Only
Roosters
rugby league
minus
era.
fucking 7.5 away from making it right neck and neck. That's the only way you can do it.
The only way you
There's
can possibly do it.
Yeah, there's no triples or whatever.
Like you're saying, you can't triple your way to beating him. You need to get a big fat dick
You
score.
need
to
a
beat
unit
him.
scooper.
Yeah.
And to finish, even like he's had 3 unit scoopers. He's plus
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
It's insane.
No, listen, it's a good season for the kid. But
Crazy.
But Guru, we don't spend too much time
We won't. No,
sharing
no.
praise. Like obviously he's not here, so we can. But when he's back, it has to. We have to revert back to usual proceedings, which is mean snipes from the bottom of the ladder. Should we bet?
Yes.
Let's get into it. Alrighty, first game we've got Doggies v the Panthers, if you could call them that, at Accor Stadium. $1.07 for the Dogs, $8.50. Sorry there, Seba, that was my fault. $8.50 for the Panthers. The line is 21.5, and the total 44.5. All but one player rested from last week's game. This could be anything, Rando.
Absolutely. It's going to be dry for this one. The Dogs, they have lost their last 8 games against the Panthers, but they're a good chance in this one. Penrith, they've named a side with 396 NRL games experience. That is compared to the Dogs, who have 1,710 NRL games experience. We may as well just go off the Panthers' New South Wales Cup form. They're 13-10 this season, just hanging on to a top 5 spot, but they did lose their last game by a point to the Dragons, led by TikTok sensation Lockie Ilias. For try scorers, let me introduce you to David Farley, the left centre for the Panthers. He scored in 4 of his last 5 New South Wales Cup games. He leads reserve grade in line breaks with 21. Panthers left centre is their top scoring position this season, whilst the Bulldogs right edge is their weakest. For a bit more controlled experiment, that is Josh Curran. Left second rowers have scored 8 tries against Penrith, which is the second top scoring position against the Panthers. Curran, he comes up against Brad Schneider, who famously led in that hat-trick to Dylan Lucas in Bathurst earlier this season. So a good chance there for Joshy Curran.
Okay, Sebo.
Yeah, look, I
What are you
mean,
thinking, bro?
this is just a whatever game, really. You just have to lean the way of the Dogs, don't you? Find 3 minimum try scorers. And they're all quite short, so I've only taken one back in Kiraz, then Galvin. He could step up here. And Preston, 12.65. I actually don't mind those 3. I don't mind those 3. It's a bit of a whatever game. Took me a while to figure out the dartboard configuration, but I'll take it.
I've done a similar sort of vibe here, in terms of like I'm just taking Doggies, a couple of Doggies boys. I'm still fucking blown away by the fact that there's only one Dogs player. I'm pretty sure that is not $2. That is less than $2. I'm like, what is the go here? Let me just have a look here.
Sorry, what?
One dog.
Sorry.
Listen.
Carraz and Montoya are the only 2 that are paying less than $2.
Oh, they're still paying $2. Yeah, right.
So Carraz 157, Montoya 165, Cherry 220, Critter 225, Connor Tracy 245. Like, obviously there's something here.
There's a triple in the. I mean, like a Critter, $2. But
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And so with that in mind, I've gone Critter, Preston, Burton, 1538.
yeah.
I've gone down a slightly different avenue. I was throwing darts all over the place, putting together try scorers, and I just thought, you know what, fuck it. Panthers got nothing to lose. Young guys coming in, they've all got something to prove. No pressure on them whatsoever. So I've just put Panthers and Paul Alamotti getting $15.74 for that.
I don't hate it. I've got to be honest.
I don't think they'll win, but $15.
Great to see the Panthers get up in this game.
Wouldn't be the biggest upset of the year. Why not? I think all the pressure's on Canterbury right now too. They're copping it left, right, and centre. Nothing on Penrith. Yeah, I don't mind that. Alamotti Panthers, $15.74.
Now, the Lippy, who are they?
His name is here, Jackson Fern. He just landed a couple of big Neds multis and just kept sending them through. And then he was a backup Lippy for the other Lippy if the other Lippy didn't get back to me. And then, I didn't even have to go check. I was like, you're the backup Lippy. You'll be in next week if you don't get in. And he's just already ready with the next week's one. He's from the Gold Coast, supports the Chooks. That's all I really know about him.
Okay. Sounds like you know a lot. Yeah. What's he doing?
Burton, Kiraz, Dogs, 13+, 452.
It's not a very Gold Coast name, is it?
Jackson Fern.
Maybe he's moved there.
How do you spell Jackson?
Well, it was
The traditional way?
Yeah.
That's yeah.
That's not that Gold
No,
Coast.
it needs an X.
Yeah.
If it was Jaxon
Yeah.
or Jaxyn, Jackson.
Jackson,
Then
JXN, yeah.
from the Gold Coast. Look, I don't mind the bet. Next up, we got Warriors v the Eels. We're at Go Media Stadium for this one, guys. $1.57 for the Warriors, $2.40 for the Eels, 4.5 to line, the total 43.5. Corby Corbs.
6 millimetres of rain expected during the day. It will dry up by kickoff, though. The Warriors, they've failed to cover the line in each of their last 5 night games at Go Media Stadium. However, they do have a good home record against Para, winning 6 of their last 8 home games against them. The Eels, they haven't done well travelling this year. 5 losses in their last 6 away games. For try scorers, Josh Adokar, he plays game 200 for this one. He has scored 6 tries in his last 5 games. He scored in 6 straight games against the Warriors, so I don't mind him. He's at 2s. For a bit more value, Chanel Harris-Tavita, he scored 3 tries in his last 3 home games. He scored 2 tries in his last 4 games against the Eels, and that Eels right side defence that he'll be running at is their weakest this season.
Keep it simple, stupid for me. I'm taking Fox and RTS, $3.42. A bit of an Eddie feel to it, this one, I think.
Don't try too hard to be Eddie, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, I want to agree with you, Rube, but like 2 wingers, I feel he's a little bit more calculated than that, where it's like 2 wingers is like...
That's Eddie from Wish,
That's
dude.
betting 101, uni first year.
Yeah.
But it's probably smarter than half of the shit we've been doing
Well,
this year.
listen, it's smarter than my bet, that's for sure. What are you doing, Sebo?
I'm just taking Para plus 4.5. I honestly flip a coin, so I'll take the plus points because the Warriors, they're in a little like I don't know. They seem to be out of path. Para, maybe it was a fluke last week, but they just minus what the South game. They seem to have their tails up, and Iongi just want to close out the season with someone I'm really going to be looking at next year a fair bit. So just get to know him as he's only around for another week or 2.
Yep.
So that's 491.
Very easy for me to throw stones and say you're trying to be like Eddie. I'm just putting in fucking anything bets right now, given my place on the ladder. Lomax Pompey, I think that's pretty straightforward. I think that's like pretty, possible. Lecker is paying $4.50 coming off the bench. He's just a hot boy. This is me sounding like old school Eddie here. He's a thoroughbred, mate. He's a thoroughbred. I'm just going to bet on the thoroughbred. 22-20.
Lecker playing decent minutes, Rando.
He played only 20 minutes last week, I believe, so not recently.
26 minutes last week.
Not a ton.
Listen, mate, he's a good player. Good player, that kid. What is the Gold Coast Jackson doing?
He's under 43.5 DWZ and Joshy Carr. 9.59.
What's the weather doing again?
6 mil.
6 mil
mil.
during the day. Probably stick around.
Not too bad. 6 mil's fine.
6 mil fine, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Storm v the Roosters down at Amy Park. We have got $1.65 for the Roosters, $1.65 for the Storm. I apologise. $2.25 for the Roosters, 3.5's the line, 44 is the total points. Corbs.
I don't mind that line for the Melbourne Storm. Yes, they're resting a few players, but they will be up for this game. It's Craig Bellamy's 600th game as coach. The Storm, they've won 12 of their last 13 home games by at least 6 points. They've won 12 of their last 13 games against the Roosters by at least a try as well. For try scorers, though, I don't mind either winger here for the Roosters. You got Marky Mark, who gets benefited by Sandon Smith and Hugo Savala in the halves. He's scored in 7 of the last 8 games that those two have been at 6 and 7. Daniel Tupu is another one here that you can't look away from. He scored in 4 of his last 5 games with Smith and Savala in the halves. He scored in 3 consecutive games against the Storm, including a double last time he was up against Kane Bradley. But if you're looking for a bit more value, Nelly from Welly has crashed over in 2 of his last 4 games at Amy Park. The Roosters, they've conceded 26% of their tries through the middle in the last 5 weeks.
Listen, what are you doing in a game where you don't know what you're doing? Or maybe it's just a week where you don't know what you're doing because your brain's still foggy and your heart's still cloudy. Storm Roosters down in Melbourne, just go for a scope bet. Tried and tested, all 4 wingers. That is Mark Kane, Suolagi, Tui Malatu Brown, and Daniel Tupou. 1763.
There's a few wingers on the extended bench for Melbourne. You might get multiple changes here, potentially.
Well, that'll be a game day bet then.
Yeah.
Put that on game
One
day.
to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
for
you keep an eye on that one.
Anything on the overs unders?
Overs, unders for this one. What was the points at again?
44.5.
44.5. Last two have gone overs between these two teams, 34 to 30 earlier this season, 48 to 18 before that. Other than that, the Storm like to go unders recently. Last 4 games for the Storm have gone unders.
I've got Wishy at 335. I'm tempted to chuck in an unders there as well. I'll stick with Wishy, 335.
Well, I'm going the unders, Roo. I just, I even skipped this game as I was putting my bets in because I was like, I just don't know. There's a few out. Sam Walker's out. Melbourne this. I know Harry Grant. And look, I'm still having fun just going $1.90s, even though I'm not going to chase down Eddie doing that. It's still a fun little watch, pretty much doubling your cash. I think these two, even though Rando said they generally go over, I just have a vibe that they go under at this point in the year. It's not that high though. So under 44.5, $1.90. Just if I did anything else, I wouldn't believe in it. And so this is a bet I do believe in, but not inspired by.
Yeah, I might join you on that unders. I might go unders and Wishy. Just trying to get that up now. That'll get me 741.
There you go.
There
you go.
There you bloody go. What's our Libby doing here?
Marky Mark, Sandon and Pap, 1933.
Okie dokes. Raiders v the Tigers down in Canberra. This game, GIO Stadium, $1.24 for the Raiders, $4.10 to the Tigers, 12.5 the line, 49.5 points. This one feels like Raiders could pump them.
It does, but it
also seems like one the Tigers should fuck.
But it's like the Raiders just have to have. No, I'm not saying lose, but it feels like they could just have a little slip because they just beat Penrith in the most ridiculous fashion.
They
played their grand final. I'm not going to say they lose, but I don't know. I reckon it could be closer than everyone thinks.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
It's going to be windy for this game. 59-kilometre gusts of wind expected. The Tigers, they've lost their last 5 games against first-place teams. However, 3 of their last 4 losses have been by 1 to 12 points. They haven't won in Canberra since 2018, losing their last 4 meetings. Half of them have been split, 13+ and 1 to 12 losses as well. But the Raiders, they're known for being bottom 9 bullies, particularly at home. They've won 25 of their last 29 games against bottom 9 teams down there. For try scorers, Ethan Strange, is in a mood. 5 tries in his last 5 games. He scored in 2 of his 3 games against the Tigers, and that Tigers right side defence is their weakest. For a little bit more value, Taylor May, he scored 3 tries in his last 2 games, and a left centre is having a field day against Raiders, scoring in 5 consecutive games against them.
I like hearing that because I'm taking Taylor May, but I'm also doing a Huddy. Huddy hasn't scored for a few weeks.
Ages. Not even the last 5.
5 weeks, I think. So it's like if there's ever a man who is so overdue, Huddy's the man, and he's going in. So you got your Taylor Mays, you got your Huddies, and then this is a real who's hot right now. Who's in the gossip columns, and that's Ethan Strange. Huddy, Strange, May, $16.
Hasn't scored since round 13, Hudson now.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and he scored every week before that, right? He's scoring. Yeah. That's why I'm taking him because you can be lured in with all the guys who scored last week and things like that. And I get it. And Strange is hot. Maybe he does feature in my unit keeper later, but I'm just going Huddy. It's just you're going black so many times it has to go red eventually. And then I'm taking big red Horsburgh. If this is a bit of a pumping, he just seems like the guy. He hasn't. Has he scored one this year? I don't know. I got a bit of a vibe about him. He seems up and about 1881.
I've got Owen Paddy coming off the bench. I think he played almost 30 minutes last week. I don't think the Raiders are going to be able to rest guys this year because of how close their buys are and shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if Owen Paddy gets some extra minutes.
Some meat for Paddy?
Some meat for Paddy.
Like a meat pat.
Like a meat.
Paddy.
You
like that?
meat. That's good. It's good for me.
Paddy.
Nick Nack, Owen Paddy whack, 625.
Great.
He's a good-looking dude for in his own way. In his own way, he's not like traditional rugby league. It looks like he's fucking Godric Gryffindor or something. He's some sort of I don't know.
I can't tell whether that's
No, it's not a payout. He's I'm not saying he's preppy, but he's just he looks like he's young, but he looks like he's he's smart and.
Is he English?
No.
He's Queenslander, isn't he?
Oh.
I don't know.
He looks good for a Queenslander, is what you're saying.
Yes. He just looks like he's going to be good in terms of his looks.
I think he's from the same school as Harry Grant, too.
Similar kind of look.
Grant they do have a similar kind of look.
Similar kind of look.
Monto, Queensland.
Monto, never heard of it. Lippy going Raiders 13 plus into Huddy 379. We move on to the Dragons v the Seagulls. The most terrifying game of the round. Jubilee Stadium, hate that stadium. $1.87 for the Dragons, $1.95 for the Seagulls. The line 1.5. Total 48.5. Even just the way the bookies are doing this is like Manly should win, but Manly lose so often to this team that we have no confidence in actually putting them as reasonable favourites. So we've had to keep it close.
It is insanity that how many points you put on the Dolphins, Elo? 50?
58.
And then the Dragons got 40 put on them and didn't score a try. And there's a 90 fucking point difference here, the opposite ways of each other. And they're like equal money.
Yeah.
Yeah, insane. They're favourites. They're fucking favourites.
Dragons are favourite.
Well, that's the way
Are they? I don't know. I
Manly
haven't got the run sheet.
By 1.5.
Yeah, right.
I thought.
Dragons are favourites.
Dragons are
$1.87 for the Dragons, $1.95 for Manly.
He got pumped by a team who were in Spoon Bowl last week.
Yeah.
But that says a lot about what happens when Manly play the Dragons. Like, that's just, it's a thing. It's not just something, it's not like just a perception that the fans have. It's like, no, it's legitimate.
But I didn't watch the game. I know you did a little bit at the Bucks, but he's like turbo backed. He scored tries running at his full pace.
He dominated. He kicked him out of his fucking...
back.
Yeah, two tries, 4 assists.
He looked good. Yeah, okay.
He
Good
killed
to see.
it.
Good to hear, at
Yeah,
least.
good to see.
Yeah,
Good to see. Rando?
A bit dry in this game at Jubilee. The Dragons, they have won 8 of their last 9 home games against Manly. They've won 6 of their last 8 home games this season as well. The scary part for Dragons fans is they struggle against the struggling teams. They have only won 2 of their 9 games against bottom 9 opponents this season. In their last 4 games against bottom 9 teams, they have conceded 38 points per game. So it could go either way in this one. For try scorers, though, you got Tolu Kula. He scored in 7 of his last 8 games. He scored in 3 of his last 4 games against the Dragons, and that Dragons right edge is their weakest, conceding 30% of their tries this season. If you're looking for a bit more value, Ben Trebojevic, he scored last week against the Finns. He scored in each of his last 2 games against the Dragons, and a left second rower has scored in 2 of the last 5 games against the Red V as well. He's at 5s.
You know what's happened to me over the course of this whole conversation, is that I talked about how concerned I was about Manly, right? And I was, and I am. But then I also, quite rightly, was just thinking about fucking Tommy Turbo. He's back. You know, like the way that game went on the weekend. Tommy Turbo's back.
I can see where this is going.
Who would I be if I just went something really like, non-committal. Like you gotta believe in your team. Even though I hate this game, and I've probably lost more money on Manly Dragons games than anything else, other than maybe New South Wales versus Queensland, I am taking Manly 13 plus at 425. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Manly 13 plus is 425. I had a Tommy Turbo in there because why? Because he's back. And then what I'm going to do is throw in a Ben Trebojevic because I respect you, Rando, more than I'll ever admit publicly. 26-30.
Never told me that before.
26-30. Manly 13 plus, both turbos. Whatever you call them. Seba?
Yeah, like I kind of want to just follow your little vibe. I mean, I had Cooler and Lehigh in there. I didn't watch Tommy Turbo, but he's back, is he? He's
So it
running.
seems like it.
He's running. And you're getting, 4s for Manly 13 plus?
Yeah, bruh.
For the Dragons, who got beaten 40-0 by the Bunnies. So what I might do is I might just go Manly 13 plus. Oh, that doesn't really add many odds in there. Okay, fuck it. I'll just do that. Manly 13 plus. Tommy to score, Cooler to score, Lehigh to score. And that just gets me 16.05. That's a bit of a fun one if Manly are back. And I could go, if they're on, which I missed last week, fun thing. If it doesn't happen, it's like, okay, whatever. Like the Dragons here, they're going to beat them in a stinker.
There's no fun getting on a Dragons win, though.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean?
There's no fun going,
that.
okay, make it, either team under 12. Like, it's just like, whatever. So if he's back, I wish I had some sort of bet like this last week, obviously, but just when there's 50 points going. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Love it, Sebo.
Rando, Dragons got a lot of backline injuries. Sloan will be on the right wing, right?
Sloan right wing, yep.
Sweet. I'm going to triple Lehigh at $2. I think that's good value there.
It's a good bet.
It's a good bet.
It's a good bet.
Because that's Tommy's wing, is it?
Turbo was finding him out there the other day, isolating.
Jason
Old mate
Saab
out
caught a
there.
cold on the right.
Bro.
I like it.
Fuck me dead, did he ever? Tripling there, like it, Roo. What's the Lippy doing, Sebo?
I was just putting my new bet on. He's doing cooler 2+ and was kind of ahead of Rando with the Burbo for 33.66. I've triple checked it just because Burbo's like $4, $5, and then coolers 2+ like 4 or something. Like it's
Cooler 2+ Burbo 33.66. Not bad at all. Great betting from everyone concerned. Cowboys v the Broncos is the next game on the dance card. Queensland Countryback Stadium, $2.65 for the Cowboys, $1.48 for the Broncos, 6.5 the line, and 50.5 the total points.
It's going to be dry for this game, and it just screams points. The Cowboys, they're winless in the last 7 games against the current top 8 teams, whilst the Broncos, they've won 7 of their last 8 games as favourite, covering the line in each of those wins. They've also won their last 5 derbies against the Cowboys by 10+ points as well, so I don't mind them covering that line. For try scorers, Jackson Purdue, I think he's out to $2.90. He scored 5 tries in his last 5 games. He scored earlier this season against the Broncos, and a left centre has scored in 4 of the last 5 games against the Bronx. His opposing centre, Katoni Staggs, also a good option here. He scored 5 tries in his last 4 games. He scored 4 tries in his last 4 games against the Cowboys, and a right centre has scored in 2 of the last 3 games against North Queensland as well.
You know how much I don't care about the Stags thing, at least for this season.
Well, you've won a cross. You've won
I've got the crossbow.
Looked pretty excited before.
So I was kind of filling this bet out, and it's already like there's a few things feeding
You
into
were
this.
shooting a live crossbow.
Yeah, exactly.
across the studio.
And you don't care.
Pretty into it.
Yeah, you definitely care.
No, but in terms of like once you get your crossbow, especially when there's 2 weeks to go in the season and you can't win against it unless you get a unit scooper, your Broncos bet all of a sudden kind of comes a little less inspiring. So I just want to wrangle a Walters because I kind of brought him up the other day and he was the last leg for me. He nearly got through. I'll take the Broncos line, but then I was like, I'm just going to throw in Ben Tulty. Don't know who he is.
Don't know at all who he is. I thought he was an Australian journalist or an artist or something.
It looked like he scored some tries though on the Neds app.
He has scored some recently.
And I was like, who is he? Is he back rower or something?
He's a middle forward that came from the North Sydney Bears about a month ago from nowhere, and he's scoring tries.
Don't mind Ben Tulty. Where it's just like I want to go just like, who's Ben Tulty? Give me a look at him.
So this is almost like it's a discovery. Like, who are you?
Yeah, who are you? I'm sitting back with my crossbow, like on a really nice old kind of middle-aged bed under a tree, just going, what else is out in this wilderness? You know, I've got all these stags here. Tulty. He sounds salty. Let's go suss him out. See what's happening over there, Benny.
Saltwater crocodile.
Yeah, a little Tultwater. I'll get a Tulty because I'll sell that to the king. He's never had a Tulty. You bring in a Tulty for him. He's like, here's all 100 gold coins. Go get some more Tult for me. I'm like, sweet. 24.52. That's a fun bet.
No, listen.
That's a fun bet.
Yeah, I'm with you. I respect it. I'm going for something that's never been done, and that's a triple Stags back to back to back. Not going the hat trick because that's just I don't really believe it'll happen, to be honest. Although whilst we talk about it, I am interested to know what it's paying.
$34. That's my bet for this week because Tom's a coward.
I was about to just like I was biting my tongue for breadcrumb, but now you're on it, so the breadcrumb.
So you're on Stags hat trick.
Yes, I am, and I think you should join me.
Do you actually think it's a realistic?
He's going up against Purdue. He's playing good footy last week. Why not? Why don't you just believe? You're going for a hat trick.
I don't need to believe. Like I'm on a hat trick here right now. Like, don't you start talking to me about Stags wrangles. You stole my bet last week to trip into a Stag.
That's
so
not true. That's fine.
I don't know that. Fuck it. Whatever. No, because see, I want to just get my fucking crossbow and be done with the Stags for the year. Otherwise, I got to extend the hunt.
But then also, I mean, I'm too mindful. Like, yeah, get your crossbow before the season's done. I know it's a long wait before.
It's
that.
a long wait.
Broncos are in the finals, but then, if you do get your final leg on a hat trick, like, that goes into the Titanic fucking. It's at the top of the stairs there.
The stairs. I do. I am on the stairs. Yeah. That final scene. Fuck it. All right, I'll do it. God,
How much was it paying? I missed it.
34.
That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good.
Fuck it, Staggs Hattie, $34. Why not? What are we here for? Sweet, Staggs Hattie. It'd be pure. Lippy.
Broncos. Sorry, I'm just going to change my bet because, like, I know. I said,
Hold on a second.
I know.
You had the whole fucking thing.
Yes, but I had the whole thing. And so the only way I'm getting through the king's fucking doors into his castle, into his keep with the Stags to present him the Tulty. I just want to see a Tulty on that board. After that Tulty rant, like I'm keeping Tulty. I'm just going.
There's no Tulty on the board.
I'm going to get a Tulty and a Stag. Like I'm doing a Stag.
You are getting a Stag
just to
now.
get a Tulty up there.
I don't care about Stags
just
anymore.
to get Tulty up there.
What the fuck is going on?
Because it's the most dribbly one. If you've got a Tulty up there on your Stag's head, I want Tulty to be up there forever. Thank you, Ben. Benny Tults. Where is he? How much is that paying? Let me...
so it's just Tulty and Stags?
Just Tulty and Stags. I just want to get a Tults, dude. I want to give the king a taste of Tults.
That's what you were going to do.
But the king doesn't give a shit about a Broncos line and Walsh.
Who's the king?
Well, like, if I get that bet, where does it live? Where does Tults live if he doesn't have a Stag? Unless we got a Tult fucking thing up here.
What's
but,
Tulty paying?
Where is he? Like, I just want him to live on. I love Tults. He's my favourite player. I have no idea what he looks like. Where
He'll be
is
like
he?
7s plus. He'll be right.
580 for a Tult.
Oh, really?
Yes.
huge.
He's
That's-
like a benchy.
That's shit house.
That's awful.
He's a benchy,
Although he
dude.
scored 3 tries in 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Hold on, let me get the price here. You can read out Leah.
He's 580.
Yeah, but I'm taking a Stags.
Oh,
with
okay.
him.
You're putting a Stags in.
I just want-
The Lippy is Broncos -6.5. Karapani, Shibby first, second or third, 936. A lot to happen there from the Gold Coast kid.
Just a little 1090 for a Tults. So we go Stags.
Ben
Ben
Tulty, to his credit, he's played 89 games of reserve grade. He scored 25 tries.
So what position is he? 13.
I
Like
think he was
lock.
a front row. Maybe
Yeah, he's a
Front
front
row.
row. He's a prop, yeah.
So he wouldn't get many minutes though with like Hass and shit running around.
He's shown that he doesn't need minutes.
No, he doesn't
scores
need
tries.
minutes. Jesus Christ.
Tults.
Tults.
All right.
Scored off grubbers. He's scored off everything, really.
Yeah, last year, or this year in reserve grade, before he started playing first grade, he'd scored 6 tries in 10 weeks.
If I get this, we have to get a little crocodile on a spit. and just
Wow,
fucking
we
eat-
don't have enough.
Eat Tults. Eat some saltwater Tults.
You should have had Tults beforehand. If you got your last bet with Tults, then we get you a crocodile. Never had crocodile.
Oh, it's delicious. Oh, just
it?
a little spit. You just a bit of bread, butter, salt, yum. It's like mixed between like prawn and chicken and like
Really?
it's nice. Yeah, it's
Do you
real
still
nice.
eat it like? Do you eat it like your house? Do you don't get like croc?
No, this was like at a pub I worked at. They had like a crock that big on a spit, and you can get it in. You used to be able to get it in Woolies, but you need it on the spit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sharks Knights, Shark Park, $1.14 for the Sharks, $5.75 for the Knights, 17.5 the Lions, 49.5 the total. Rando.
This seems like an absolute humping here at Cronulla. It's going to be dry. The Sharks, they haven't lost to the Knights at home since 2014. The Sharks have won their last 5 home games by 12 or more points. They've won 4 of their last 7 day games at home by 18 plus points, so they should be able to cover that line. Of course, the Knights, they have closed up shop in defence. They've conceded 40 plus points in 3 of their last 4 games. For try scorers, you got 2 players here. KL Iro, he returns from a pec injury. Of course, he is on a 9-game try scoring streak, and he has a great matchup this weekend against the Knights side that has conceded a try to a left centre in 5 consecutive games. If you're looking for a bit more value, Teague Wilton here, he's at $3.30. He has scored in 2 of his last 5 games, and a left second rower has scored in 3 of the last 5 games against the Knights.
Very uninspiring game, I think. To depend. Knights might have some sort of coach sacked, last stand kind of vibe to them. Not going to try read into the result, take a line or anything like that. It's too big. It's too gross. This is basically just like a dartboard, really. Is anyone not doing a dartboard? Like
I'm darting, bro.
I'm going Talakai, Brayley, and Hazelton.
Talakai off the bench this week.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
I
fair.
want it to be 81.96. Like, I'm not trying to outthink the room here and go like, okay, get a $15 bet if I play my cards right. It's like, no, I'm just going something dumb
Yep.
to make it fun.
Yep. Rue, what are you doing, mate?
I'm going to take Hiroti at right centre. I really like what he's done over the last few weeks, and that left edge for the Knights was in all sorts last week. And Colquhoun, he gets his opportunity in the 13 jersey with Cam McInnes out. If it's one of those games that they hump them, I think the AFBs of the world and whatnot will get a rest at the back end of the game. I reckon Colquhoun could play big minutes. He's at like $6 or $7. So putting those two together, 13.71.
Nice. My dartboard here is Nico, Hines, Kennedy, and Hazelton. That's 32.19, but I'm adding a Teague based on those Teague stats. I was shocked to see what this added to my fucking bet here, but you added Teague, and it gets you from
90s?
32.19 to 133.04.
That's pretty good. I mean, Hines scores. Kennedy's fullback.
Hazelton can score.
He hasn't scored for a while, so he's due. But as Rue was saying, if they're pumping him,
He'll play good minutes.
He'll play good minutes.
They need to
right?
get minutes into him. Yep.
So that's huge. 133.
I like that.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate you, Guru. What's the Lippy doing, Sebo?
He's going Mulatalo 2+, Sharks 13+, 437.
Beautiful. All right. Just stretching out here, guys. Nothing to worry about. We've got the Dolphins v. the Titans. Can you Titans? $1.53 for the Dolphins, $2.55 for the Titans. Line 5.5, total 54.5. Now, just before, if I'm correct, if the Titans win here and the Knights lose, Knights are bottom.
Yep.
Come on, you Titans. Come on, you cunts. What do you got for us?
It's going to be dry for this game at Suncorp. The Dolphins, of course, their defence has also gone to sleep. Who would have thought Herbie Farnworth being out would just completely unravel them? They've conceded 160 points in their last 3 games. However, this Titans side, they are also the worst defence in the league as well. So beware, it could be a massive overs game. The Dolphins, they've won 4 of their last 5 games against the Titans. And the Titans, they haven't won a day game in their last 13 games in the sun. So I think the Dolphins can get the job done, but don't be surprised if it's 34-30 in the end. For try scorers, the left wingers should have a field day here. The Dolphins have conceded 7 tries to left wingers in the last 5 games. The Titans, they've conceded 8 tries to left wingers in the last 5 games, including a double in each of the last 3 games. So you're looking at Philip Sammy at left wing and Naufahu on that left wing as well. But if you're looking for a bit more value, Jeremy Marshall-King, he's been in a mood despite the poor Dolphins' efforts of late. He's scored in 3 of his last 4 games, and the Titans are second for tries conceded to hookers this season.
Can I be honest with everyone?
Yep.
I was daydreaming.
Perfect.
What do you got for us, Roy?
I'm just having a look at some other markets here on like total points and whatnot. 71 points or more is at 625 in this game. I don't mind that at all.
So we're like 35 each on average.
Yeah.
About that. Yeah.
Like a 40 to 30. I can see that happening in this game. I've got those 2 left wingers you just spoke about, Naufahu and Sammy. I like those 2, plus Hamiso. And then I've got AJ Brimson, and I'm chucking Beau Fermor in there as well. $59.86.
Wow. Okay. Sebo, what are you thinking, bro?
I just had Titans and Jaden purely based on what we were talking about before. I want the Titans to win and the Knights to lose. It'll be funny if the Knights come last. And I've always had a soft spot for the Titans as well. So if they can just kind of, have some sort of positive note to finish on. So I had Jaden there and just a clean Titans win. I was like, well, why am I doing this? Why do I like the Gold Coast? Well, it's Brimo, dude. So I've got to include Brimo in there who, it wasn't the greatest year for him and I, but bonds are forever. So that's 13.55. Come on, Titans. Just
do it.
I don't know where, I'm equally just, Brimo Titans, I love you guys, like a little side thing. And also the Knights, just so funny if you come last. Yeah. There's a lot to it.
No, there is. There's heaps. It's a layered
thing.
Bet.
Yeah,
it's a layered. Yeah. There's a lot of emotion in it.
Yeah.
I've gone Titans as well. I've gone AJ as well. I've also just thrown in a Trey Fuller. I mean, listen, Trey, Trai, for starters, he's a good little player, not getting nearly enough rugby league football, top flight rugby league football. So I'm chucking him in 14-17.
Nice.
That overs market, the other bands, the first band that you can get, 61 points or more, paying $2.75. 7 of the last 9 Dolphins games at Suncorp have gone over 61.5 points.
Sheesh.
What did you say? It's $2.95 for over 61.
275 for over 61. If you go to the overs,
$7.50 for over 71.
That's $6.25.
Okay.
Lippy's going over 49.5. Kelly, Nafahu, and Keely 21.42.
All right, let's get to our unit scoopers. There will be no hot seat mentioned on the show today because Eddie is in Europe. It is on him whether he does it or not. It's up in the hands of the gods right now. I'll kick us off my unit scooper. I'm just going to go with my Sharks bet. I was going to try and do some, line shit, some Azaki stuff. I've even got a bet on that was like my line stuff that's just in there. I just put it on there earlier. But much like what happened with my last Immortal bet against the Roosters, if it gets up, I would like it to also basically blow everyone out of the water. And that's what this will do. This is a season ender.
Yeah, I was going to suggest you do that.
Yeah.
Like you do have better luck at your bigger bets being in your same game as than your kind of.
I may as well here, right? Like if you're gonna have a crack, have a crack. Otherwise, I'm just making something up in the unit scooper anyway.
Like it's funny because obviously I don't want anyone to have two first on there, but it would be funny based on where you've been and where Edward's been if you were to do that. So I'm kind of like it's a better ending than the way it's currently going. It's got a twist.
Dude, this would be a mad twist if I come and just blew Eddie out of the water. That would be fucking fantastic. So that's what I'm going for there. And listen, it also wouldn't be a full season ender. There'd still be enough units knocking around. It'd be close.
It's not a season ender.
But it's not a season ender.
If he did it, it's a season ender.
If he does it, we're fucked. If I do it, it's,
You'd be ahead.
Oh, no, I'd definitely be ahead, but it's in, there's still enough. I'd probably just go full Old Testament and so I'm.
He'd only need like units. A $30 unit scooper to catch
it. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so that's Hines, Kennedy, Hazelton, and Teague Wilton at 133.04.
I've got Jacob Preston, Lehigh Opawade, Reece Walsh, and AJ Brimson. $29.85 for me.
At the moment, I have Galvin, Joshy Carr, moved the unders up a little bit in the Roosters Melbourne to 50.5, Strange and KL Ero, 49.36. So I'm trying to play this gets me just ahead of Eddie maybe. This might be wildcarded, my unit scooper, because there's been a lot of information today. And if I just get a bit of a vibe before Thursday kickoff, I might wildcard it on the stories. But it's on for now. It's on for now.
Beautiful. All right, that's us. No live stream tonight, for Thursday night. We would have, and then Penrith rested their entire team, and so it just the excitement is somewhat gone from the game. But that's us done. Thanks, boys, for coming in. Great to see you as always. Rando.
Pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Root.
Good knock.
So, don't touch
Thanks,
me.
Evan.
Thank you to Neds, of course, as always. God love you.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website